Kimi K3 is running inference at speeds that blow past GPT-4, 3 times faster on benchmark tests. And then there's Alibaba's Qwen 3.8, which just pulled off accuracy scores in math and code that beat out both Claude-3 Opus and GPT-4 Turbo. But here's the punchline. Anthropic, the third big name in U.S. frontier AI, could be on the brink of unraveling thanks to financial and scaling pressures that nobody's really talking about. If you rely on Claude, this isn't just news. It's a direct risk to your product roadmap. So, why does this matter right now? For years, Western LLMs set the gold standard. Think OpenAI's massive compute budget, Google's unmatched scale, Anthropic's safety-focused Claude. But things are shifting. Chinese models aren't playing catch-up anymore. In fact, they're matching and sometimes outpacing U.S. benchmarks, especially when it comes to speed, context size, and multilingual tasks. Most developers assume their stack is future-proof if it runs on GPT or Claude. The reality is, if Anthropic goes sideways, the US-centric AI ecosystem is wide open for Chinese models to step in. If you're working in code, translation, or generative apps, ignoring this could leave you stuck with slow, expensive, or outdated models. Let's lay out the facts. Moonshot AI launched Kimi K3 this month. Public benchmarks show it's going head-to-head with GPT-4, and in some cases, actually beating it for inference speed. We're talking 30 milliseconds per token versus GPT-4's steady 100 milliseconds or more. That's not just a stat, it means real savings. If your workflow relies on low latency or fast model iteration, swapping models could give you a threefold performance boost right out of the gate. Alibaba's Qwen 3.8, which just dropped last week, dominated multilingual benchmarks and hit 2 to 5% higher accuracy in math and code than Claude-3 Opus or GPT-4 Turbo. These aren't cherry-picked numbers. They come from robust testing by Chinese and global teams. Meanwhile, Anthropic is dealing with internal chaos, financial strain, scaling headaches, and now, rumors of layoffs and possible API disruptions. That's a direct threat if your business relies on productivity or code copilots running on Claude. Here's the technical bit most people miss. Kimi K3 uses a mixture of experts model. It's not just brute force scaling. The architecture activates only the expert modules needed for each task, which slashes inference cost and latency. So, if you're working with code-heavy workflows, you'll see GPU loads drop and inference speed skyrocket. Think about turning a $10,000 cloud bill into $3,000. Qwen 3.8 stretches context windows up to 256,000 tokens, without the nasty RAM spikes you see with US models. It uses layer skipping and advanced token management, and it's all open and documented on GitHub. You can actually fork it and optimize for your own needs. This isn't smoke and mirrors. It's real architectural innovation that can save startups and enterprises real money and time. So, what's about to change in the next 6 to 12 months? If Anthropic unravels, it's not just corporate drama. It's an existential threat for hundreds of startups that bake Claude APIs into their stack. If Opus slows down, gets pulled, or pivots, productivity apps, legal AI, and anything else built on rapid, reliable models are at risk. Meanwhile, Moonshot AI and Alibaba are ready to hit the developer market with Kimi K3 and Qwen 3.8, open, cost-effective models that don't lock you into a single cloud provider. Google and OpenAI now have real competition from the East, not just on price and speed, but also on transparency and tuning flexibility. By the end of 2024, expect Chinese LLMs to lead in translation, code, and generative applications. If you're a CTO or founder, you're rethinking your vendor stack right now. And here's my take. I'm not sitting on the fence. This shift is way more important than most people realize. Media might still call Chinese AI copycat, but the numbers tell a different story. We're talking real advances in performance, cost, and open source transparency. Anthropic's instability is just accelerating the change. If you haven't started benchmarking Kimi K3 or Qwen 3.8 yet, you're risking obsolescence and wasting serious money on